Yo, what's up, dude?
Holy smokes. There you are.
Smoke a mackerel. You alright?
45 minutes later.
What have you been
45 minutes later.
What have you been up to today?
I don't know, working in the morning, lunching with friends, and then waiting for you to do this damn podcast.
You've been doing fuck all today. I've been at a shoot, and you're stressing me to get back for an exact time, and you're just kicking back with friends having lunch. That's where we're at. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Let's get on with this.
How are you? Welcome to the podcast, episode 2. If you checked out the El Docio. If you checked out the episodes of ours on YouTube, thank you very much.
Yes,
it was good fun. I enjoyed that. Challenge 1.
It was
successful.
Challenge 1 complete.
So
complete.
Yeah.
Success. Oh, by the way, just before we carry on, we may get a copyright strike because I don't know if you can hear it, but they're doing F45 downstairs.
What's that?
Below my studio. It's like some kind of training, mental. Like they do an hour of hardcore cardio.
Easy.
Is it hardcore? Yeah. Oh, what's it called?
Intensive HIIT training.
Intensive training. Yeah. And they keep on HIIT training. They keep on turning the music up, so we may get a copyright strike on this. And if you can hear it, sorry, not sorry. I don't know what to do about it.
I was worrying because I was going to stick a fan in the studio today, blowing on my face. But
don't worry about it. Yeah, at least you haven't got F45 going on downstairs.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
so
carry on.
So here we are. We've gone through. We did challenge 1, which was my love for craft beer and coffee was a lie. So
yeah.
I thought it was a big filthy lie. I thought it was kind of cool. Let's where do you want to start? Start with your one?
Oh, we can start with my one if you want.
Absolutely.
Age before beauty.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Ryan's, this is going to make no sense. Spoiler alert. So go and watch the video on Ryan's channel. There are links below.
Go and watch both the videos first, in fact, before you watch this episode. And then, pause this video, go watch them, come back, and you'll enjoy this a lot more. Yeah. It'll make more sense, at least, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so your video, I loved it, dude. I thought it was great. I only watched it once. Because
that's all you need to. If you need to watch it again, then it doesn't do its job, did it?
Well, exactly. Well, I was thinking, we should
any
maybe...
proper client video.
Well, yes. So I was thinking we should probably put a 1 watch rule before we do the podcast, because you know the way how you make for a client, you do a video, you give them the video, they go love it, and then they go, I'm just going to watch it a few more times to find the things I don't like, and you're like, never worry about that. You liked it, go 1. I loved it. I thought it was great. I loved the humor side to it, and I thought it was brilliant. So how did you come up with that? What made you take that approach?
Basically. Well, I know it myself because I didn't realize we were both doing the same thing. So I was doing stuff that I thought, Dyllon, coffee, beer, this will get him. Yeah. And then when I found out that we were doing it, both doing the same one, I was like, shit, I actually have to do that now. But literally, that idea was the first thing that came to my head. Yeah. Literally. And then I thought, okay, I'll just quickly storyboard this out. Yeah, do that. And then I just worked my way. I shot all the so I guess what it's called, the interview part first, and then I scripted it, and then basically just did that bit, and then I just put everything else on top of it. Just made a short list and went through it. It basically how I do a client video.
So you did it properly. So you scripted it out, and then did you make storyboards, or did you just know what you wanted the shot to look like?
I started drawing a few, and then the thing is that you realize, because the whole thing with this is time as well. Yeah. And so then you get to the point where you're like, this used to be done. So where am I going to do it? Just in different parts of my kitchen. Yeah. That's it. And that was it basically. Because the thing is, because the problem was as well is that once I come up with the idea, I thought I had that thing, this is amazing. This is going to be hilarious. And then I started shooting it, and then I watched back the sort of the interview part, and I thought, that's pretty good. Only thing I was a bit unhappy about was that when you get to the second, the beginning was there, the middle was there, then there's this little bit between the middle and the end, which I always struggle with. Mm-hmm. It was, and especially in this, it was I mean, when I showed it to Yasmin, she said, "Oh, it's really good storytelling. It all makes sense." But for me, there were huge holes in it. But at this point, I didn't care. I was like, "It's a bit of a leap doing that, but whatever."
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I mean, like story-wise, I could have done something better, but yeah, time.
Now, Ryan and I did talk briefly during the week, but we didn't talk about what we were doing. But the one thing I'd said to him, and I think this is so important, isn't it, for this sort of challenge, is the goal with this entire thing is to make something and upload it. So it was like, we chatted about it and we were like, it's better to upload something that's half done or shitter than you wanted and upload it rather than not upload it because you worried too much about it, you know? Someone once said done is better than perfect. So
someone did.
Yeah, a guy said that.
Who was that? It's probably Gary Vee, right?
Did you get the picture I sent you this morning of that truck? Peter Muskimin.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Peter Muskimin.
Didn't get it.
It was just
Of course.
I saw it and just laughed. I saw it. It was like Peter Muskimin.
Now I see it. I see it. Jesus.
Anyway, so yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. I think the fact that we have to do it like that means that it's like the goal is to upload it, because the whole point of us doing this is that we've overthought everything and questioned everything we're doing. And that has led to us not making. So the goal is to make something and upload it. It's not about perfection. It's about interpretation and about creative ideas. It's just about what we do with the idea. Like, and I thought it was kind of cool, because when the idea that I did, it was my first idea as well. But then I fucking was like, oh, maybe I should brainstorm this year. Did a little spider diagram, draw a few different, what does Donna call it? The idea funnel, something like that. Ran through a bunch of bits and pieces, and I wrote down a few ideas. And one of the ideas was kind of a narrated version of what I did, and I was like, I couldn't really make it work, but it was along a similar tone to what you did, but I couldn't work it out in a narration. And see, as soon as I maybe 20 seconds into your video, I was like, that's how I should have done that. Fuck. That's how I should have done the other idea. The other idea. Yeah, not mine. The other idea that I was thinking, which is and I was like, and that made me think today, one of the hardest things here is going to be not taking the other person's style in another video, or just fucking straight up doing it.
Yeah,
being like,
I was just going to do a poem in the next video. Because the thing is, but that's what I loved about yours, was that I was like, obviously I didn't know what you were going to do. Yeah. But a poem was probably right at the bottom of the list. Yeah. I'll be honest. I did not take you for an Oscar Wilde type.
Oh, dude.
You know?
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ, what is this? Yeah. You'll be doing a poem about World War One and the poppy fields next.
Oh, I learned a lot of that in English. But as soon as you said the topic, it's like literally as soon as you finished the sentence, I'm pretty sure in the last episode I was like, I think I know what I'm going to do. I was just like, immediately poem. And it's weird when you think about the process of that, because you'd give me the topic and I just went, I'm going to write a poem about that, because I thought it would be the easiest. But there was no concept of that poem until I sat down and did it. Did you find that with yours? Like you knew your direction quite quickly, but how much of your idea did you know when we finished the show last week?
Actually, to be honest, you know how like you were saying with the beer part at the end? Yeah. You know, I was actually just going to ignore beer completely and just go, I can't be bothered with beer. Yeah. And then I don't know at what point I was like, well, how do I bring beer in? And then, because I'd gone so far with the coffee, and I was like, well, Jesus, this is like 3 minutes of the video. Yeah. I was like, what, do I just tag beer on the end? And I literally did. That's what and then it just that little, I thought, I'll just repeat myself. So it's just like an endless loop of crappy content that people put online. Well, I say crappy content, just content. Yeah. Like I mean, I don't want people can interpret it however they want, but for me, it was just like, it doesn't matter what you create. Yeah. It's all the same. You know, you do wanky B-roll of coffee, of beer, of skateboards, one wheels, whatever. Yeah. It's still wanky B-roll. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. And you just pick your niche and go and run with it. Yeah. And then we're all doing the same thing. So
how much of your idea did you think you had in your head when you walked away from the show last week? Like percentage-wise?
Pretty much all of it.
Oh, really?
I'd say 95, 98%.
Fuck,
I mean, the only thing that I would say is that the only thing I would say is that I wish I'd done better shots, or taken more time with it, or had this, because one of the things that you probably, no one will notice this, but when I opened the beer at the end, I really wanted it to go.
I thought it foamed up pretty good though.
I tried it with one beer and the fucking ring broke.
When does that ever happen?
I know. When does that ever happen, right? I wasn't, because I tested it the night before to see how much I needed to shake it and that kind of stuff.
Are you telling me you did R&D the night before by drinking a beer?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And I also did R&D.
That.
Like, if you notice the close-up shot of the beer, I'm actually squirting it with a water gun to get the drips to fall down, which again, nice. I tried the day before. Yeah. So yeah, research R&D went into that.
That's good.
But see, I wanted to go, and then I had to spit beer all over the kitchen, which was like a clean-up process.
Yeah, I looked at that and I thought, I wonder if he spat beer or something else, because it's
that's actually the beer into a big plastic bucket, which is why I had to shoot it on the 55mm, because I needed 85mm to get it close enough.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't.
Good job, it's Beer Town. They're owned by Heineken, so you're all right. Fuck, we did a lot of advertising for Heineken in these two videos.
Oh, they owned by Heineken. Wow, that's amazing. What I wanted to know about your video though is there's a bit in it which I loved. When you were taking the glasses out of the cupboard and you took out each glass perfectly, and I was like, how many times did it take for you to do that?
4 takes. And I nearly dropped the ale glass because I just grabbed what I thought it was and I actually was the glass next to it and it fell out and I just caught it just before it hit the table. Yeah, that bit was quite hard. I tell you what, like I'm the same as you. Like there was a few shots I didn't like. Were you gonna say something relevant there?
Well, no, I was gonna say. My next question was before we go to the shots is because you could see at certain points like the way you cut it. I mean, I noticed this. It wasn't quite as smooth with the dialogue. Yeah. And there was just a couple of clips. It's not like a big deal. It's just something I would notice because I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
But my question is that when you did the line, did you do like the next couple of words to tag it over?
I did in some, but there were a couple where I was like, why did I finish on the last word? Finish the next sentence. I did overlap, and then I tried to duck audio. But if we've learned anything about me in the last few months, I sometimes just forget to do that shit. And I'm just like, bang, cut that once. Once I go through my initial edit, I'm like, well, that's that edited. And so I have to make sure I sit down and go back. And I actually went through that pretty carefully. But there were some bits where I was like, well, that's a lost cause. Like, I can't do anything about that. Like, there was one bit that fucked me off where I say in it, I'm a craft beer guy. Whatever it is, I end up saying the word stuff twice. Like I rhyme stuff with stuff.
I did notice that. I thought it was brilliant.
It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be guff. It was supposed to be. I won't drink that. Like I'm a craft beer guy. I like this stuff, and it's supposed to be guff. And it was only in the edit when I was going through the final watch. I was like, idiot! You can't rhyme the word with the same word. You tit. What's wrong with you?
I loved it. I thought it was brilliant.
It seemed to work. And then there was another one I messed up where I said, I should have said, let's leave it here. And then the next sentence is, let's talk about beer. But I went, let's leave it there. Let's talk about beer. And I was like, fuck, still on. It's close enough. It's close enough.
I thought that was very like, what was it? When you used to study those poems at school. And they'd like, this doesn't even fucking rhyme. Yeah. But it's still a poem. I was like, that's what that reminded me of. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's very traditional poetry.
Do you know the one thing? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've always felt like poems should rhyme perfectly. And I get stuck in that loop of like 4 lines rhyming. What I would like to do at some point in this challenge is I would like to do spoken word. I really, really love spoken word. Like, have you ever seen like that, like done live? There was a dude, who came to Power Video years ago, like one of the first ones. He was a spoken word artist.
Was that little dog? He did that, didn't he? Spoken word.
Horslow, Valence and Hound.
The spoken word by Horslow.
No, it's like, do you know what I mean by spoken word? Where it's like not rap.
They just tell a story.
They tell us. Yeah, exactly. The more I was doing the poetry, I was like, oh, I'd love to actually try some. So maybe at some point. Isn't that just
all of your stories?
Yeah, but it's done in a way where like maybe
it's slightly more rhythm.
Yeah, but exactly, yeah. So maybe at some point we'll see a bit of spoken word come into it.
Wow, there we go.
But yeah, what I thought was quite interesting about yours, right? And we'll cover 2 little bits what I thought interesting about yours. First off, I laughed. So context to the viewers. One bit Ryan and I always talk about in private because some stuff we can never discuss, but. One of the things we talk about in private is this inability from like us and I guess the wider community to not talk about the production. So like everyone's like, people can't just do a thing without it being related to production. And I did laugh that when I saw your opening shot and the light stand was in shot. And I was like,
the light stand.
Yeah, like but I mean, it was obviously purposefully in shot. But I was like, isn't it funny how we do stuff and like we go down the idea. And when I saw that first shot, I was like, he's done it. He's gone. He's made it about the production, which you kind of did. And it's funny how we can't get that out of our head. Like, your approach to your story was about shooting photos and making videos, right? To it a little bit. But in the first shot, I was like, he's done it again. He's made it about video and photography. And I was like, I wonder where he's going to go with it. But then after like 2 or 3 seconds in, you just pull it in another direction. And then I was like, oh, fucking nicely done. Because you turn it into Instagram. But isn't it funny how we still, there's elements of that? Because if you look at some of the scribbles, I'll send you a picture of my book, some of the scribbles I did, a lot of it turned out to, like, I was going down a production route as well. And I had to be like, nah, fuck it, dude, try to think nothing to do with the production
I'll be honest,
side.
mine was never a production. If anything, because I do a lot of interviews for client work, it just seemed like I just thought, why can't I do this like it's some kind of, I'm an addict and I'm doing an interview.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I don't have to speak to camera then.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to.
And weirdly, like, I actually found that quite nice.
Yeah.
And like when Yasmin watched it, she was like, oh, you're just telling that really well.
You did.
Off camera. And I thought, okay, yeah, no, that's cool. I can do that.
Yeah. And you went into a different Ryan. Like, you went into like a presenter Ryan. And I was like, like, it doesn't sound like you at all. And I was like,
very attractive man.
Well, yeah. Silver fox.
Yeah, totally.
No, you were like, it was a totally different persona, and it was a different, well, not a different persona, but it was a different tone, different vibe, sort of like your radio voice, I guess, in a way.
Do you know what's funny is that I think it was one of the first times when I ever felt, I felt I was doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You know how like sometimes when you're trying to vlog and you're doing whatever and you're standing outside with the stupid gorilla pod and everything, and you just feel like a bit of a prick.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't come across that well because you're not comfortable. But with that, I think I knew the story. I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
I had it all planned.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it was like, oh, that's what I'm doing. And I think that's when you go out vlogging and making videos on the fly. For the majority of us, and I'd say the 90%, it just looks a bit crap because you're not a presenter. You know, it's like, have you seen, like, if you watch any news show, right? You know, when, I don't know, they're doing a piece like out and about, they're literally wandering around talking to people, asking questions.
Yeah.
Like for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know how fucking hard that is to do?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, that's really hard. I mean, and then you've got people in your ear going, now you've got to ask this, now you've got to ask that. No, go back. You need to go back to the other guy. And so you've got someone talking to you. Then you've got to also, you know, engage with the camera, engage with the audience, and speak to the person you're interviewing, and have some fucker in your ear telling you what to do.
And also make sure that person is remotely interesting. Like, there's a bit of camaraderie.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is really hard. And the thing is, so you've got all these other elements. So like vlogging, when you don't really know what you're talking about, and to camera stuff is really hard. So it's like preparation is key, I think. And I think that's why your one works well. I mean, you're probably better at on the fly. Well, no, you said
I love that you said stuff. Preparation is key, and then said that's why your one worked. I laughed at that.
No, because I will say that.
I know you're
better at stuff on the fly.
I am, yeah.
But when you actually prep it, it's even better.
Yeah.
You know, there's less waffle.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, totally.
So
you should see
a lot more targeted.
the script as well. In fact, you know what? I'll take a photograph and send you it, and we'll stick it. I just want to stick a picture of if you can be bothered, to do this, and if I can be bothered to send you a picture of my book, just so you can see the scribbles, the amount of times I rewrote those lines, like we're mad.
That is crazy.
But before we get into that, one of the things, like, when you were talking, I was watching you talking there, and I was going, that doesn't sound like Ryan. And also, I'm a little bit intimidated because you were quite like, I was like, fuck, he's actually doing pretty good at this. Is actually really good. Pamela says to me just before we watch it. Now, Pamela, by the way, is the most to impress. You have to really do well to impress Pamela. Like, she's my worst critic. She'll just be like dog shit. So I was like, I went to watch this, and she goes, "What would you do if Ryan's was better than yours?" And I was like, "Fuck off, fuck off." But also, that's the point. I said to her, when Ryan and I met, we were like, it was an unspoken competitiveness, but that's the point. I want him, because I know how good the shit that you create is, and how much you don't put it out there online. So whenever you do stuff, I'm like, Ryan's better than that. And then when you did that, I was like, fuck, that's actually really fucking good. And then I was like, and I was going into that like so confident with mine, being like, he's never gonna fucking, he's not gonna come close. And then I watched it, I was like, fuck, he actually did that really fucking well. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And Pamela watched it and said, you can tell Ryan, I actually laughed the whole way through. That was brilliant. And I was like, there you go, fair play.
Do you know what the interesting thing about it is? And I don't know if you did this from your side, but I basically made that video to make you laugh.
Yeah, there was a lot of inside jokes. A lot.
Yeah, I mean, but what's amusing about that is I've had a few people message back to me, and I literally mean a few. They really enjoyed it and thought it was really funny. And I thought, isn't that really interesting? Because I didn't do it with probably anyone else in mind.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit poncy, doesn't it? Yeah. But that's what it was. It's because that's the whole point. Is like I wanted it to take it back to that thing of when you're kids and you're just doing stuff to make you and your friends laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
And I thought it was really interesting that with that framework in mind, like, oh, if I do it to make you laugh or to make Yasmin laugh, it actually comes out more genuine.
Yeah.
Because it's who you are, or whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
You know, rather than trying to play up to this persona of being a vlogger or whatever it is you want, and when it's not really you, which is, you know, hashtag do what you can't kind of thing.
We need that on a t-shirt. But also you nailed the bit where you got like, it was authentic, but it was like, it wasn't quite you on camera, but in the right way. You on camera and that wasn't you in real life, but that's what it needed, because you played the role perfectly, and I thought it was really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like that you asked yourself a question back. I love that. Like, as if you're reading back the question.
No, it was because I actually put voiceover on as if someone was interviewing me.
Okay.
And when I actually put that on, it just sounded a bit crap.
Yeah.
So because what we teach is when we're doing interviews is you try and paraphrase the question. Yeah. So you go, how was your day? And you go, well, actually, my day today was very thing, as opposed to going, great.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Fuck,
so I tried to so I was like, that's how I wanted to answer it. You know, oh, what did I think when I did this? Well, this is what I thought. Yeah. That was my reasoning for that.
Okay. No, I thought that was good.
You know what? But fucking, you know yours?
Yeah.
The amount of different locations and shots, I was like, Jesus Christ, can you just stay still?
Dude, holy fuck, man. So mine, right? What was funny about mine is I'm wearing a different I'm wearing one of the t-shirts now. I alternated 3 t-shirts. Get a Brewed, who are like a beer supplier here. Rough Brothers I'm wearing now, that are like a local brewery, and then James's Coffee from San Diego. So I alternated those because I thought they were the most relevant t-shirts.
I noticed you had that same mug as well.
Yeah, and I had a James's Coffee because I'm a big PM fanboy, and when I was in San Diego, I went and fucking bought all their merch. Seriously, like a fucking kid.
Right,
we're there.
Jesus.
Nearly bought a signed fucking ring. But what was funny was, like, only when I looked back at it, I recorded my entire video in 3 hours.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
All of it, right? And then I look back going, fuck, I made that difficult by changing t-shirts, because I was swearing at my camera gear, the sweat dripping off me changing t-shirts. It was fucking roasting. It was like an evening, and I was like, I haven't got time. And like I was saying to you, like I was so busy this week, and I was like, I've got to find a window to film this stupid ass video that I decided would be a great idea to do. And changing the t-shirts was like a completely unnecessary. But it was like, so like there were shots where I moved. But are you saying there about shooting something just for my benefit? The entire time I was doing that, I was laughing, because I was like, literally what I filmed was like when we laugh when people do a vlog in their house talking about something, and all they do is change location in their house to different parts for no fucking reason whatsoever. They're just in the kitchen, and they just crouch down in the living room, then they just stand up in the garden, and you're like, there's no reason. But at least I had a reason to be in each different part.
It totally made sense though for you doing it, because it was all part of it's like a poem. It's a creative poem. There is no reason, but there is every reason.
Yeah.
You know, that's the beauty of it. It's not like you go, hey, today we're going to talk about cameras. Turn. Now I'm in my kitchen. But I thought we were talking about cameras. Why did we why did we go from your studio into the kitchen? Yeah. It's a tutorial, Christ's sake.
Was there anything when you in your finished video where you were thinking, fucking hell, Dillon's gonna see that and give me and laugh and wind me up? Is there anything you did where you were like, if he fucking sees that? Because sometimes I do shit, I'm like, fuck, see when Ryan sees that, he's gonna get so like, I can't believe you did that.
I thought you might have had more problem with all the stock footage I used. That's what I thought you were gonna.
Honestly, apart from like nicking like some other YouTuber stuff, I actually wasn't very clear on what stock footage you'd used and not. Now I had a list down of loads of stock footage to use on mine, but actually when I looked back at it, I was like, I don't need any. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I just thought it'd be funnier to use it. That's all. And the other thing as well is that I made it very clear to say which one what stock footage site I didn't use. I'm not saying who I used because it doesn't matter, and it's not a sponsored video. Yeah. So I thought it's really, because I always use stock footage for client videos, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to use it for mine. Why not?
I honestly didn't notice like what was stock, like.
Well, obviously there was the Peter McKinnon part and a couple of other people's really cool coffee stuff that I took, which
Peter McKinnon getting way too many mentions in this video.
Yeah. And the other guys as well, because I just found their videos and they're actually really cool, shot so well, and they were perfect for what I wanted to do. No, but the coffee, all the bit at the beginning, all the coffee pour, as all stock footage.
Oh right.
All the beer is stock footage.
The beer shot in the glass was the only bit I noticed. Everything else I felt fitted perfectly into your.
Yeah, no, it was all stock footage. Oh, and obviously my parents were a stock photo.
Oh yeah, right enough. Yeah. The shot of yours that did annoy me, not because you did it annoyed me because I didn't, is the bit where your phone was in your hand and you were scrolling through Instagram, because I forgot to film that. There's a bit where I'm sitting on the sofa and I was like, I never did, and then when I was editing, I was like, fuck, forgot a shot. So I just fired a screen recording on the thing. I thought, fuck, that'll do. Like, we haven't got time to go through and do this.
That is the one thing I was slightly annoyed with, is because in order to get all those coffee shots, I had to search for coffee, flat lay or something. Yeah. And then but it shows it at the top. Yeah. And I was like, I kind of wanted just to have it random. Like I was scrolling through stuff and then I'd see coffee. And I was like, I can't be bothered to make that up. So I just thought, coffee, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter really.
The one bit where you poured all the coffee cups out, where you had loads of cups being given to you, I thought was really clever, because I thought, I was like, he clearly does this. I saw there that you do this for a living. Like with people, I was like, he didn't overcomplicate that. I would have overcomplicated that. I would have put the 45 million options of cup, and I would have you didn't need to though. I was like, it shows I think it's an example, and it does it perfectly, which I thought was quite good. You know what?
One of my favorite edits in it is when there's like, when I say what I had to do, I either spit the coffee out or I leave it. Yeah. The timing of how I push that cup away is one of my favorite things, because you don't really see me push it all the way away. Yeah. It's just it starts and then goes. Yeah. But the look on my face, it's just like, that's one of those edits where you're like, that is frame perfect. Yeah. Because it's just, and I moved it like a frame either way. I was like, that's just not right. And I moved it back and I was like, right there, that's it. And it just felt so right doing that particular, and it was just one of my favorite ones, because it's just that combination of the way I pushed it, the look of my face, and just the right, in and out point. I just thought it was really good.
So if you were going to change one thing about it, what would it be? You can only change one element of that video and re-upload it. What would it be?
I just wish I'd done more with the beer stuff, like at the end. Like I wish I just made it better. Like I wish I'd done a better spray, a better opening of the can, that kind of thing. I thought by that time that was the last thing I shot, and I knew how much mess it was going to make. Yeah, and I got a bit lazy with it. That was. I'd probably change that. And I actually wanted more of Victorian looking picture of my parents. Like I wanted to be like a vintage, tea party, and I couldn't find one of a man and a woman. It was just lots of groups of women, and I was like, and in the end, I just I
could have been a modern family.
I didn't want the modern family. I wanted a vintage one because I just thought it'd be just ridiculous. So why have you got two vintage?
I actually have to go back now and have a look at that. I didn't even notice that bit with the parents. Like, didn't even notice it.
Oh,
if I had to change one thing, it would just be a technical thing, and it would the bit against my garage where the microphone. I had the wind muff on the MKE600. It was just wind noise, and I watched it back. I thought I can't be fucked. Just whatever.
I didn't notice that all that much. Like it didn't.
I put a lot of voice compressors on in Final Cut. Fired a load of fucking filters on.
And what? Okay, we're gonna get a bit tech now. What did you shoot that on?
A7 III. A7 S3. S3. Sorry.
Oh, you did use the S3.
Yeah. Like
because I was just wondering.
I had
did you...
A7 S3 24-70 GM lens and a fucking MKE 600 with a wind muff on. It was ridiculous. All on a tripod, moving a tripod around the house, swearing at it, getting annoyed.
I hate using tripods.
And my daughter comes up to me. She goes, "Do you hate making videos?" I was like, "No, I love it."
Yes, I do.
And she's like, "Because you're just cussing at it." I was like, "Oh,
do you know, that's the one thing I hate about making videos with myself is having to set up a fucking tripod. I hate setting up a tripod.
Yeah.
I don't mind so much when I'm shooting someone else, or you can use a monopod or like it's easier. But that's another thing. I brought, because when I was shooting the stuff in the studio, I had my monitor on,
Yeah.
And what I realized when I was shooting at home, I didn't bring the monitor home, and I can't see shit.
I know.
On the A7S3 LED LCD screen.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have no idea if this is in focus or not. Like, I literally have to just go on the whim of the A7S3 and just hope that it recognizes my face.
Which it does. It does do a very good job of.
Which it does do a very good job of. But it was just that extra stress of like, if I just brought the monitor home, I could have had it there and gone, okay, right, that's where I need to be.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I don't want to bring more gear home, and that's another stand to use, and
something else to make it more. Anyway.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed making it. It was a good. I mean, I got annoyed, but it was good fun. I was happy to put something out. I was happy. Like, I forgot to shoot a thumbnail pic, but I managed to bodge something together with the screen job.
Your thumbnails are always so good. That's what annoys me. It's just like you go, I forgot to do one. I'm like, yeah, mine's just a dog shit screen grab, but yours is like, I forgot to do it, and you're like, oh yeah, but yours looks good. It's almost like you're some kind of graphic designer.
Oh, I fucking hated the font you used for the word, but like, that was an issue that I had with mine. The word lie, I couldn't make that. I think it's a hard word to look good in caps, isn't it? So I changed my name last minute.
I think the problem is that you look at a word too much and it always looks weird.
Yeah.
Like in capitals.
Well, mine was initially called the lie, and then when I changed it to Crafty Confession, which I quite liked, which I laughed at because yours was a confession, and mine was called Crafty Confession. That was totally happened by itself. And then when I added the shot of the bed, mine looked like a cheap porno.
It's like, I thought you wanted me to come and fix your bed, and I just ended up in it.
Yeah,
like...
just pouring Crafty and coffee all over. Let's get down, bone chicka. Wow.
Oh, geez.
Anyway, look, this is us. Around 30 minutes. So, Ryan, I loved your video. Thanks to
loved your video.
Thanks, dude. Thanks to anyone who watched them, commented or let us know what they think. If you haven't seen them and you've listened this far, you've ruined it. Go and have a watch.
Well, we'll tag them in the description below. But I mean, if it's a bit weird if you haven't watched it.
But fair play for listening to a podcast you've got that didn't really give much context to anything. I've written down a bunch of things and crumpled them into my hand. All right.
Cool.
So I'll take them out of my hat.
Oh, lovely.
And I'll pick one out. All right. Dude, I've been at a shoot all day in the fucking sun, like shooting an outdoor water park. Well, it wasn't that bad because at one point I was going down water slides with a GoPro. So
do you know what I thought was really good? It was an excellent choice of t-shirt, a nice black one.
I know.
To absorb all the heat.
I know. The first thing one of the guys said to me is he says, and it was your choice to wear black. And I was like, it fucking was a wrong choice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick a random one out. Now, your ones from last week, you still have them, yeah?
Yeah, I still got them, yeah.
Keep them. We'll keep picking out of them. I wrote some stupid ass ones down here. So I'll pick one out random, and then this will be the topic for the next week. I was just a quick caveat. Is there a rule around self-filming? So can we get other people to help us film?
I
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah, cool. No rules.
Yeah, I mean, but you can't just go and get a freaking.
Well, you can't hire a crew. Yeah, but I mean, like if you need someone, like to be honest, because Katie did the shot in my pool. Where I zoom out. Yeah. When I'm sitting in the pool, that sounds. Sounds like I'm minted and have a pool, like an inflatable fucking bag, basically.
So what you're saying is that I've already done it, but now I'm asking you if it's okay.
Well, I forgot to cheat. I forgot that she'd done that, but sometimes I rub the kids in and make them. Yeah. So she cranked the zoom back for me, and then when I got out, she's like, "I think I did that right, Dad." I was like, "It's fine, don't worry about it."
You better have done. Otherwise, no dinner.
Yeah. You're not eating if you get it wrong. So here we go. Right, you ready?
Yeah.
This week's topic. Fuck's sake. Oh, fucking. Do you know I wrote these on the way home? Actually, I shouldn't say that. Yeah. Okay. So the topic I've got is I can't find my ...
I can't find my ... All
right.
Okay.
Now, the thing is, I don't even have an idea for any of this. I think it's quite hard, isn't it? Because when you're writing the ideas down, there's like little nuggets that are going through your head. I'm trying to find things that that might work, but that you might be able to do.
I'm trying to make them really random, so I'm not thinking about them.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Because I don't want to go. Oh, I've got a really good idea.
Exactly.
How do I do that? And then because I've got my idea. Great. So. That's
exactly what I tried to do too. So like these are totally random. As soon as I had them, I wrote them down. I didn't think anything more of them. So I can't find my ...
Perfect.
And we'll work on that this week. We'll upload it on Thursday. Y'all can watch it, like it, share it, retweet it, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, whatever.
Maybe you can get involved one day.
Yeah. Some people reached out. Well, I think it would be funny. I think it would be funny to extend the challenge. I may have just kicked my camera in the middle of that whole shoot. Who knows? Anyway, look, dude, well done.
Anyway, that was fun. Let's go. Well done to you. Well done us. Well done, everyone.
Thanks for watching, folks. Catch you in the next episode. Aight?
Yeah. See you later, pals.
Peace. Clap?
Oh, yeah. You ready?
Yeah.